Well, we already know Johnny's recording.
Yes,
so.
we know.
You saw me hit the button.
We always try and stay away, but we always keep coming back to the same company. And I know it's your favorite company, and they're good. And we keep trying to not add them into the show every single time. But
you know what?
That should not be named. That's your favorite brewery?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. But anyways, they are good. But with this one, I really wanted to try this one, so I'll let you bring them back again.
It's funny because this is not a beer that I brought on. I believe this is our great benefactor, Jeff.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff.
Johnny, would you mind giving me a little shot of that water? It's going to rinse out the
It's
stout.
right over
That's
the
good.
recording
Thank
laptop. No big deal.
Yeah, just rinse out my glass a little bit here.
Yeah, that's not that much.
No, it's interesting because traditionally, if you've asked me like what's your favorite brewery, what's your favorite beer, da da da, I'd say
Wait, don't turn the channel. You've tuned into High Gravity.
the show where we talk about beer, brewing, and bullshit.
Where the only thing we take seriously is the next round.
So grab a glass.
Fill it with something cold.
And enjoy the show. StarCraft.
Of course.
Shameless plug. I mean,
It's definitely the most beer that I drink. I drink the most beer at StarCraft for sure. But it would be,
I don't go anywhere else.
usually it would be Clown Shoes out of Ipswich or Brewery Vivant out of Grand Rapids.
I like Vivant.
But
They got
I
the big red
realized
cock.
the Big Red Cow. We've had that
good.
We've
on
joked
the
about
show,
it.
and it's really good.
Oh, we didn't have it on the
But,
show. We had a different one.
I've had so many Three Floyds beers, and they've always been absolutely fantastic. So, it's hard
I
not
have to
add them in
interrupt
there.
here because I just saw this joke on Facebook this morning. You know how they say guys with big shoes have a large member?
No, I heard they just wear big shoes.
Yeah, well, and big socks. So that's kind of the joke. Guys with big shoes have a big member.
By the way, I've got size 22 feet. Just saying.
And the members.
I have size 3 feet, but 22 size shoes. So
Y'all are ruining the joke. Fuck
okay,
off.
go ahead.
So, guys with big shoes have a large member. Guys that drive big lifted trucks have a small member. I think I know why
you seen
everybody's
my
afraid
truck?
of clowns now.
Oh, my. And all because I mentioned Clown Shoes. Shout out Clown
Yep.
Shoes, Ipswich, Massachusetts. Send us some free beer.
And yes, I stole that from Facebook.
I want your pecan porter that you only distributed to Texas, you bastards. So
That'll make them send it.
I'm going to talk mad shit till you send me your beer. We drank your Blakehorn Unidragon from 2013, and I demand a fresh bottle for comparison. So, on that note...
Those of you listening, like and share this to that brewery, please, till they hopefully send us that
just
beer.
tag Clown Shoes until they give us beer.
We like free
Send
beer.
it to 69209
Yep. North Forest
finish the
Avenue,
address.
Richmond, Michigan.
48062. There you go.
Damn it, that was my line.
The furthest.
Sorry, I fucked that up.
Once again,
Macomb.
All right, anyways, beer reading time.
we are featuring some Three Floyds beer because they just can't miss. And this one is called Dismembers Only.
And you're in love with them.
I love Three Floyds. I mean, they love metal music and they love good beer, and I'm in. I can't wait to go back to Darklord Day this year. Actually, by the time this episode airs, it'll be just a couple weeks before Darklord Day. But anyway, Dismembers Only. Super cool artwork. It's got like if you remember, what was it, the Toxic Mutant or whatever, that show from the 90s, he was like a radioactive superhero. Either way, it looks like that.
Swamp Man.
No,
Radioactive,
it was the
Man
radioactive
from The Simpsons?
No. He doesn't look like a mutant. But either way, it's an imperial milk stout aged in bourbon barrels with cocoa nibs. I won't mention that word. And dried bananas.
What's the word?
It's dried cherries. Daryl's gonna whine because it's cherries.
I still want to try, but I hate fucking cherries.
It's 13.5% alcohol by volume. And what does it say on the side? It says an imperial
That's
stout
an angry-looking dude on the bottle.
for
Holy
over
hell.
aged for over a year in bourbon barrels with cocoa nibs, dried bananas, and cherries. Welcome to the club.
See, I'm really hoping the cherries aren't prominent in it. If it's a back end taste along with the barrel age.
So
I'm kind of worried
gonna
about
be
the
okay with
bananas. Bananas is not a flavor that I feel like
yeah,
goes...
that's a weird one. I know you can get that. I know you
Sorry to
can get the
interrupt.
banana thing from a way the yeast is in it.
Yeah, like banana esters in like a Hefeweizen or
Yes.
something is acceptable, but it doesn't taste like a banana.
I'm
It's gotta have
imagining
banana.
the cherry is going to complement the chocolate.
I once again tried
Does
to
it
smell
sound
my
wrong
mic.
that I
That's
prefer
it.
to eat a
I'm
banana
making a
over a
cherry
cherry?
Yes, a little bit.
The smell out of the bottle isn't super strong. I get kind of like some of the chocolate out of the bottle.
Excuse me.
Smelling it,
He's learning.
smelling it in the glass, though, it's got a little
I
different.
don't fucking care.
There is not a lot of carbonation in this whatsoever.
In front of or behind, however you pour it, I don't care.
Smells boozy. Smells sweet.
We're gonna go for the
very
stretch on
sweet.
this one.
It smells heavy, if that's a way to describe it. Like, it smells like it's thick.
Yeah, it smells thick for sure.
I think it
but that's
smells of
just
cherry.
because it smells like it's boozy. What's the percentage on this?
Was it 13 and a half?
It just keeps going and going.
All right, I'll be back. I can go to the bathroom.
Now, see, he got the head that I was looking for. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of that.
That's what she said.
But not to me.
I had to say it again. You just got
It dribbled. Well, it was running out, so it
You had a
dribbled.
drips at the end.
But I did
Got
get
a
some
weak
head.
stream. They make pills for that.
I couldn't get any head on it. It's too lightly
Yeah, we need to
carbonated.
cheers this one. I don't know why.
Dismembers only.
I missed you.
It's not bad.
I will say, Three Floyds always has complex flavors. Almost everything we have has just like a bunch of flavors that have mellowed out over time. And
That's
so even
good.
though this has cherries, I taste maybe a little on the back end.
I said it's there, but it's complemented with the
I
chocolate
also-
or the coconut.
Yeah, I also
My
get the
taste buds are
phenomenal.
dancing.
the very subtlety of the banana kind of gives it almost like an ice cream kind of taste.
Yeah, I was to say I didn't notice it till you.
It's like not overtly banana, but it almost has like ice cream.
Subtle.
And it's nice, a little bit dry at the end. They nailed it. The texture
I
for
would
me is
drink
a
a
little
lot of
heavy,
this.
but otherwise this is wonderful.
I like heavy beers.
Yeah, Three
but
Floyds sucks.
Is it just me or do I taste? Does everybody else taste coconut?
I could see that. That's the banana, but yeah, I could totally.
Maybe
see
it's the
it.
banana.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of coconut.
I think it's more of the banana that you're tasting with that
Yeah.
roast.
It is definitely roasty. Yeah, the banana plays in well. Like it's not overtly
God, it
banana
smells
like I
so
was
good.
worried about. It's like just enough to give it some.
I don't even taste the cherry in this.
No.
There's so much
It's
just flavor in
it's there, but it's so complementary to everything else. It's
between the
not
roast
there.
and the
Yeah.
cocoa in it. And
I could use more cherry. I wouldn't be mad
There's
if there was a little
definitely,
more.
yeah,
I
I was
would
to
be.
say, there's definitely more banana than the cherry in this.
I agree with
I
that.
think you're right. If there were just that hint of cherry sweetness to it, I think it would take it just up a step.
Or down a step.
You're wrong. Fuck off.
I got a little more cherry on that sip. Maybe that was. I think this is great. But once again, Three Floyds just.
So when you do that
absolutely
sampling technique,
smashing
you
it.
really do taste the cherry.
What, Gargle?
Oh, I gotta sip it and choke like Johnny does. Hang on, let me give it my best attempt. I'm Johnny, but I didn't choke to death.
But did you taste the cherry?
More banana, actually.
Oh,
I taste banana.
I think the problem with that technique is the alcohol is so high on this that like
It makes-
I'm breathing in just vaporized alcohol and it's going like right into my brain. So maybe that's why they do it. They don't do it for flavor. They do it because like
fucked up.
they understand.
Yeah.
They understand the secret to getting fucked up
Sounds
fast.
like a problem. Let me try. Hold on.
Every sip, the flavor tastes different.
It does, honestly. I'd imagine
last
this would
little bit,
taste.
I'm gonna try to warm that up. See how it is.
I was gonna say this is basically like just below room temperature, and I think it would be worse if it was colder.
But the question is,
I
what
like
was room
cold.
temperature right now? It's
Well,
about
it was in the back,
64.
so it was
It's not
chill.
far off. I think your standard quote unquote room temperature is considered 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's low 60s.
Sorry for all y'all who use Celsius. I don't know how to convert that.
68. That's
Well, zero's freezing. right?
20.
Oh, I know how to do it.
It's 20.
Ask Google.
It's
What
20.
is 68
Well, somewhere between 20 and
degrees
21.
Fahrenheit in
I'll go with-
Celsius?
Between
2
20 and
Celsius.
21.
68 degrees Fahrenheit is 20 degrees Celsius.
Oh, that's pretty damn good.
I was off.
So that's how it-
I keep my thermostat
Well,
in Celsius at home.
At least we know who the smartest man in the room is now.
Me.
Google.
My thermostat is set in
He was
Celsius.
faster than Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's a constant argument with my
Look at
wife.
the
She thinks
fucking
72
legs
is
this
good.
has. Like the glass looks stained. You swirl that around, the glass looks stained. It's sticky.
Well,
to it.
that's a typical RIS for you.
It looks like a smoker's house.
Actually, is this considered a RIS? I know that the other Darklord or the other Three Floyds that we've had have always Russian Imperial Stouts, but this is just an Imperial milk
Oh.
stout. So it's not
So
a RIS.
if you warm that up in your hand a little bit, it really brings that chocolate out in it.
I
not
thought he
gonna
was
dump
going to
this
say
in my
cherries.
hand.
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
If it did bring the cherry out, I'd lie and tell you something else just to make you do it.
I
Tastes
will
like
say though,
bananas. More bananas.
still Three
Yeah,
Floyds.
there's
My
a
favorite
lot of the
one
banana in it too.
was the Salt River barrels.
Oh, the
I
River
don't
Salt?
know, I like that
yeah.
last one
That was
we had.
Pierce Javelin was the name of that variant.
That's been my
That was
favorite
good.
one so
Well,
far.
that last
Well-
one we had, I think, was my favorite.
I'll see if I can get another one this year. I don't know if they're going to be selling vintage variants, but if I can get another Pierce Javelin, I will.
There's still a chance I might show up.
Oh, I've got
We'll
I've got a
talk
second
about
ticket. You can come through, but I'm keeping the beer. Like,
Well, you said you can buy
can
tickets
buy.
for beer, right?
well, yeah, you just need my ticket to get in.
But $90 for additional beer.
I think it was last year it was 85, and what you got for that was 2 vintage variants and a vintage Darklord. And I think I brought 3 or 4 of those allotments, so I spent a lot of money on vintage Darklord variants. But
mean, and
the
I'm not-
variants are the best ones.
I'm not too worried because I know whatever you get is going to end up here anyways.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I'm still tasting them.
Well,
So if
you'd be
like
surprised.
to donate,
You'd be surprised. I've still got some Marshmallow Hangy and some Chemtrail mix sitting in the collection. Those are such special case beers for me. You think Pierce
that dude's
Javelin is
going
good?
way faster than 25.
I think you're at the
Wait
stop
till
sign,
you
too.
try Marshmallow
No,
Hangy.
you talk about the Hangy a lot.
Dude, it's just fucking top tier shit. Like I sold one of those bottles years back for like $500.
Damn.
Like it is some coveted beer. I don't do that anymore. Now I just drink it.
Well,
'Cause you have a
that's
real
what
job.
That's what we appreciate about you.
Well, at my next bottle share, I'm sure we'll have.
I wonder if we
a
get in
Hangy.
trouble for quoting that show that way so many times like we do. I don't think we can.
I mean, it's English language. I don't think they can.
They're in Canada. Who
copyright
fucking
it.
cares anyways?
well, they're only like a couple miles.
That's true.
I know. Dude, there's a lake Letterkenny that I want to go and scuba dive so bad it's not even funny.
There's a what?
There's a Lake Letterkenny.
Huh.
Like legitimately Lake Letterkenny.
You're gonna scuba dive it?
I want to scuba dive it.
I'm in.
It's
Let's go.
It's 3 feet deep.
So
can't
my,
swim.
my buddy and I went to, what is it, Lakeville Lake. We were told it got out to 90 feet. So we went out there one day and we went on the boat launch. And it was like 4 feet. We spent 45 minutes like surface swimming out to where we were supposed to hit 90 fucking feet.
He's mad, by the way.
Oh, I'm furious because we got all the way. Hour?
How long ago
hour
was
from-
this?
Oh, years ago. The other guy went with. He's
Still mad.
The other guy dead now. too.
day.
So we went all the way out there. We surfaced him. We didn't see shit. We get all the way out to where we're told it was 90 feet. Like, this is bullshit. Let's go back and call it a day because we're not going to see it. So we surface swam out that far. So we went underwater and we swam all the way back. It's kind of cool. We got to swim with a turtle for a while. That was cool. We saw a couple fish. We found a hoodie underwater. And then we got back to the boat.
Did you grab it? It's a free hoodie.
No, it was too small.
Did you name him?
Oh,
The hoodie? No.
Oh, the turtle. Squirtle.
I don't think we did. No. So we get back, we pack our gear away, and we're all bummed and disappointed. And we go to the bar that's there. We grabbed a beer and dinner, and they're like, well, so you guys dove the lake? Yeah. Well, what'd you see? Not shit. It was like 4 feet deep all the way out. Well, did you go over here? Because that's where all the snowmobiles are and all the deep spot and all the boats and shit that sank. Like, nobody told us. They told us the wrong part of the lake to go dive. So we
they
quit
didn't
literally.
want you finding the good shit.
Apparently not. No, they did.
Sorry, I punched my mic.
That's okay. I don't care that much. We were very disappointed. It was a very wasted day. It was a waste of a set of air fills.
Speaking of a wasted day, these beers, Jesus Christ.
The next one's 17.3%.
Can we change the name of the show to Low Gravity and we just drink session beers from now on?
That's no fun.
God.
No.
Although this next one we have not talked about this brewery. It is a Michigan brewery
Ooh, it's a
still.
new brewery.
It's one of the oldest Michigan breweries.
And our whole thing was promoting local when we started this. So far, we've promoted like one business.
How long have they been around? They've been around for over 40 years, right?
They're definitely not new.
You said 4?
40.
Like they've been longer than 4.
I'm just gonna keep adding numbers. 60.
400 years. They're a Michigan brewery that's 400 years old. Look it up.
Started with the monks.
Yeah. The Vikings that were in America before Christopher Columbus started a brewery.
There was
And,
Indian, monk, Vikings.
The Vikings, I think the Vikings were the first like Europeans that were here. There's like runic stones and shit like that, and Yeah, they were here well before Christopher Columbus. But
I do know there's some in the lake. I'm not.
see, you also punched your mic. See, that's what.
I don't like my mic. But they do have it in the lake, though. There's actually like trails from Michigan to Canada. That's actually hundreds of feet deep in the lake.
Yep.
So it wasn't 40 years.
Who did that?
How many years was it?
97.
22.
New
I was
Holland was
close.
1997.
I was one number off again.
And that's still a pretty.
Number off.
Yeah.
High or low?
Well, I said 4 and it was a 9.
Considering the
I said 40, it was 90. One number off.
considering the amount of
40
like,
and 90.
new
That's
breweries and
50
stuff
off, brother.
No, one number. It was a 9.
You said 40,
Yeah,
and then
but
you
if
said
I would
90.
if I would have got rid of the 4 and put a 9, it's one number off.
There goes Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Squirrel!
He's going to listen to this and be like, oh, yeah, it's when I drove by.
No, he's not.
He listens to it.
But is he going to remember this specific day and where he was at that specific time?
Yes.
Well,
He
yeah.
has a photographic memory.
Because he's always driving by the brewery. So every day he drives by the brewery.
But I thought he had to work today.
He probably just get off.
just
He was
got-
probably checking to see if we were here, if he'd come in and start drinking.
Oh, there we go.
He's probably saying, I hope my boss isn't listening because he get left early.
Hey, look, a beer.
Ooh, a beer. Ooh, a beer. Beer.
I like beer.
Me
So
too.
this is
Beer is
from-
good. Beer is good. Beer is good. Hoo-ha.
All right, and stuff.
Yes.
It are go good with pizza. When I throw up on the floor, I can go and drink some more.
I want to get those guys on the show.
Psycho Stick.
If anyone knows Psycho Sticks, we want to talk to them. We can phone in.
You know, it's
we
crazy.
can plumb in
I-
phone interviews.
I remember
address
seeing
is-
their video like on Newgrounds when I was a teenager.
I've never seen a
and,
video
like,
of that,
As old as I am now, it was just
Damn,
something
you're
someone
old.
made. They made a flash animation, but I imagine the guys from Psycho Stick are probably in their 50s by this point, like at least, and that's gonna be weird for me. Like that they're.
I still want to talk to
Well,
them.
and so do I. But anyway, so this is from New Holland, which is a Michigan brewery we're talking about from 1997. Not the bottle. This is the 2022 release, despite being bottled 9/9/21. You do the math. Dragon's Milk Triple Mash. So Dragon's Milk is a pretty common imperial stout around here in Michigan, and this one is their triple mash version, which is triple mash bourbon barrel aged stout.
Sounds good.
There is a description on the bottle. Let's see. Dragon's Milk Triple Mash is the ultimate indulgence, the result of years of honoring technique and pushing the limits of what a stout can be. Aged for 1 year in New Holland spirits bourbon barrels, the flavor of Dragon's Milk chocolate, roasted malt, vanilla, and oak, all amplified in a way that still allows for balance and refinement to shine through. 17.3%
Holy
alcohol by volume.
I've always liked Dragon's Milk.
Me
Yeah,
too.
it's a good
Dragon's
stout.
milk's always good.
Very nice. So I'm kind of
So
excited
very
about
nice.
this triple mash.
It's like drinking it right from the teat of a dragon.
You know?
By the
I
way,
imagine it would be difficult.
when they say triple mash, what are they
Do
talking about? Though? Are they talking about like just 3 times the grain in the mash? Or they're mashing 3 times?
Triple mash bourbon barrel.
So they just rack it 3 times in the bourbon barrel?
I don't know much about
This was a
bourbon
question, not
making.
an answer.
Well, that's what I was asking because you said like it's triple mash. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the
Let's see what the Google machine.
triple mash bourbon.
What makes a triple mash beer different from a single mash beer?
No, I think they're referring to the bourbon as triple mash, and
Here's
the
some
beer is just
results
aged.
from the web.
Oh, that's bullshit. I didn't want to read. Fuck it.
Are you getting the
Do that
same
later.
thing
I don't know. It's just something
thing
about
from
the
the
Czech
not you,
Republic.
him?
Oh, okay.
I think they mean it's triple mash bourbon,
It might, yeah.
and then it's aged in those barrels because triple
Why
mash.
do I keep getting fuzz? In
But I
my
don't know. That's why I was
fucking
asking.
glass?
Yeah, that's just what I
I'm kind of
interpreted
curious
from the
why
bottle.
they.
I don't know what the
Why
difference
is
is.
everyone staring at me?
You're pouring a beer.
It's hot.
Definitely smell the alcohol in this one.
Oh yeah, it's got that almost kind of like funky smell to it. The
that's
booze,
strong.
like it's overpowering the smell of everything else.
Yes.
It's got like a hint of rubbing alcohol on the nose.
My sinuses are clear.
Wow, that's hot.
Yeah.
I describe moonshine that way. That's hot.
I taste vanilla like more than anything in this.
I get a little bit of corn. It's boozy and corny. What I guess
taste oak.
bourbon should have at least 51% corn. Or that's Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, I get a lot of like a very heavy oak in this.
So you just make your beer with corn, add some oats, and then age it in a barrel.
And you can call it bourbon.
I think you would call that poor man's bourbon.
I got to be honest, not my favorite beer. Probably the worst beer we've had today, in my opinion.
Today we salute you, Mr. Pro Toothpaste Taster. In a world obsessed with minty freshness, you brave the never-ending battle against less than dazzling chompers. With each squeeze of the tube, you stand as the guardian of the grin, the defender of the dentures, the knight of the pearly whites. Oh, connoisseur of the cavity fighter, mint, gel, or even stripes, you swish and you spit, scrutinizing every flavor, every tingle for our safe smiling. You take no shortcuts, no sips of water, tasting paste after paste while we lay snug in our beds dreaming of pristine molars. Laugh in the face of enamel erosion, that's you, Mr. Toothpaste Taster, swirling away plaque and gingivitis with the swivel of your seasoned tongue. And when you found the perfect concoction that makes our gums sing, you smile and say, spit, next. While we admire our reflections, beaming from ear to ear, you're back in the lab preparing for your next tasting tour of duty, because you know that behind every blinding smile is a man with an unmatched palate, a man who's tasted more toothpaste than water, a man who we owe our dental health to. Mr. Toothpaste Taster, here's to you, sir, the unsung hero bringing morning breath to its knees. Because when it comes to our chompers, only the zestiest zing will do. Here's to you, Mr. Pro Toothpaste Taster.
Could just be because it's boozy, but there's not a lot of flavor to go along with the booze.
That's because 17% just overpowers the flavor in there.
Yeah. This alcohol, I like it, but the alcohol
Darklord's 15% before they put it in those barrels.
You and your Darklord.
But that mellows.
So what I'm
out.
saying is, no, you put it in barrels, it's not supposed to
mellow
pull
it out.
alcohol out, but it does.
Oh, yeah.
So some of those variants are 17 to 18%, and they taste way better than this shit.
No, here's the difference, though. So, Dragon's Milk, they're stout, barrel aged, right? Not a ton of flavors. You look at what we just did here with Three Floyds. This dismembers only.
It's got a bunch of shit in
It
it.
has so much stuff in it, and it's complex. So that way, when it ages, it's got a complex of flavors. This is aging out, and there's only 1 or 2 flavors in this.
Yeah.
Beer and bourbon.
Well, there's vanilla in there.
Subtle. Again, the alcohol is so a lot of vanilla is complemented by alcohol.
Did you know vanilla's poisonous
I did not.
if you eat too much of it?
Give me some more.
I believe it.
I am not.
I don't know
for
where I
this
heard
world.
it. I might have read it in a book somewhere, but I don't remember.
Well, you're right. For Dragon's Milk, this isn't my favorite Dragon's Milk I've had.
No, it honestly lacks flavor that the standard Dragon's Milk provides.
No matter how you aerate it or sample
flavor.
it. Yeah, this is as much as I like high proof, high alcohol beers.
Yeah.
This one's too much.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad beer.
That is a very bright colored color.
I don't think it's bad per se. It's just not. It's not great. Just the booziness, I think, is just
It's really
too
strong.
much.
There should be more flavor.
With the percentage of alcohol in this and that it's a bourbon barrel, I wonder if you aged this like 6 years.
It's
if
already
that would mellow out.
This is
I don't know if age is
2022.
going to
Yeah, it's like it's 2.5 years old
So 3
Yeah, it
years
should
is
be more
prime.
mellow than this.
because it's 9/9/21 was when it was bottled, so it's 2.5 years
All
old,
the other flavors are kind of fading away.
or 3.5 years.
Yeah.
old.
I don't know if it's going to mellow out the alcohol.
I am glad you suggested doing the dismembers only first.
Yes.
Yeah,
When
me
I
too.
read the labels,
Yeah.
that seemed more complex, and I'm like, we're gonna blow out our palate if we drink the Dragon's
Definitely.
Milk first.
I'm going to go back to the apple water we've been drinking.
Yes. It's apple vitamin water.
This is all true. It possesses both apple, water, and vitamins.
It's the water of life.
Yes. Eau de vie.
You the V.
Okay, this is actually getting harder and harder to drink now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink any more of it. Johnny's gonna drink the rest of it.
Deal.
Johnny, I won't make you drink it all. I'll help you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Phil.
I'd rather save my.
By the way, your character name on the show is Brother Phil at this point. I don't know
monk.
if it really says.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why didn't you bring us any Abbey ale? Like, I really wanted some Abbey beer, Brother Phil.
I'll make it next time.
I don't know. I don't remember why it started.
we can collab and make a monk mead.
Ooh.
I have a.
That sounds
I have
really
cherry.
dirty.
I have
Make a cherry monk mead?
No,
That's my next project. I have beehives at Brother Phil's house, and one time I did not plan on drinking with Phil.
You're welcome.
But he's like, oh, can I get some honey? And I'm like, yeah. So I just pull a frame out and shake the bees off, and he went inside and scraped it off, and I get done working the bees, and he's like, oh, I've got some growlers from the brewery, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, it's just a couple beers. I'm like, okay. So I have one beer, and he's like, well, let me top you off, and I have a second beer.
Then we ran out of growlers.
Yeah, and then we like topped off the last growler, like 2.5 beers, and he's like, well, we can go down the street and get some beer. I'm like, sure, we'll go down and grab some beers from the convenience store.
we drink.
The team we drink.
And we go and get more beers and come back, and we're drinking cans of beer and everything, and before you know it, he's like, oh, the neighbors are coming over, and I'm making chicken.
And we made dinner. It was good. That was the best chicken ever.
He made like a hot sauce with the honey and like
Was
glazed
it
the
though,
chicken.
or were you that drunk?
Oh, dude, I think I had like 9 or 10 beers by the time it was time to go home, and like, you know, luckily Phil is just down the dirt road from me.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
2
so-
turns, 2 left turns, 1 stop sign. Good to go.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was. Yeah, like
So you're
Kaylin-
saying you walked?
Yes. Oh no, I stumbled
He
back.
responsibly consumes alcohol and does
Well,
not.
my wife called me and
drive
she's
when
like,
drinking.
what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I just got done with the bees. I'm having some beer with Phil. And she's like, you were supposed to be home
was
like 3 or 4
4
hours ago. And I'm like, I was like, well, that was 9 beers ago. Like, you got to give me a break here. Like,
By the way, that honey is good.
oh, isn't it though? It's so much better when you have the risk of getting stung, I found. Yeah.
I don't know. We should make some hot honey,
That's my favorite thing to make.
but make it like the mead hot honey.
So like a spicy mead?
Spicy mead. Yeah.
I've had a jalapeno made.
Someone here though can't get stung.
Well, yeah, I know. I have bees at my house, but I can't go. That's why I have a bee guy.
Yeah, my bees are nice until you open up their box.
Yeah, I don't go next to their box.
Then sometimes they're not nice. But yeah, so
She's never nice when I open her box either.
No means no.
Aw. Rip. It's so sad. And I wish I had a beer that wasn't this Dragon Smoke Triple Mash to drink, because that...
Yeah, we need to switch it up.
Too bad we
This
weren't
is-
somewhere where there was beer.
I like it, but it's too much for
So
me.
I like Dragon's Milk, but I can't say I like this.
Let's chug.
Yeah,
Don't
I agree.
challenge me.
We got it. Go down and up the hatch.
We have
They're
one...
chugging a whole 1 ounce of beer.
Wait, did I say
I'm
that wrong?
17% beer.
Up and down the hatch, down and up the. I don't remember.
I've had shots.
split what's left.
That's
Let's do
alcohol.
the
rest of it.
I remember when I
You
used
convinced
to...
me at hello.
I used to go to the clubs when I was 19, go to Canada, where you can drink.
It was so
and
fun.
the shot was Johnny Vegas. Everyone loved Johnny Vegas. And that's just what tequila, watermelon pucker, and Red Bull. The alcohol content can't be as high as this beer.
I don't see anyone getting those anymore.
No. I remember there was a girl that we were at the bar, and she's like, I don't like Red Bull. Can I just have it without Red Bull? And I'm like, you're mixing tequila with watermelon pucker. Like,
That's not.
that's fucking disgusting. The Red Bull, with as much as I don't like
Don't
Red Bull,
challenge me to a
at
good
least
time.
makes it taste palatable. Oh,
All the new shots now, I keep going to bars and seeing everyone getting is the orange Jamesons.
Dude,
Orange tea?
yes.
Orange teas, yeah.
I was
That's good as
I was
hell.
really resistant because I'm a Jameson purist. Jameson is holy water. I love it, and the idea that you made orange Jameson sounds fucked. But those orange tea
still
shots
good. Dude, they're
are
so good,
fucking
though.
good.
Yes.
it literally tastes like that Lipton's like iced tea. It's so smooth. It's so dangerous.
Have you tried the hard Lipton iced teas?
No, they make hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had a couple. Have I?
You can get the Arizona.
Yes, I've had those ones.
See,
I've had 2 of them.
I tend to avoid those kind of drinks because they just have a ton of
Acidicness.
sugar in them, and like it's gonna get I'm
They
hangover.
don't. They are way better than you would imagine.
Okay, because it's not like Twisted Tea, because that shit's
No,
I
it's
don't like
a, it's a
Well, first of all, he didn't
Arnold
imagine
Palmer.
they were very good.
Nah,
So
I
they're way
assumed.
better.
That's fair. To be fair, you're right.
To be fair.
Thank you.
No, I think I'd rather like if I'm gonna drink something that's like a big commercial brand or whatever, I'm gonna drink a PBR or maybe a Hams or. Those are my go-to. Like if I'm going out on the boat, I don't need a tea. I'm gonna drink
I have to admit
Hams.
this on the air because it's been eating away at me for a while, and you keep ripping on me because I won't let what I know to be good and expensive beer go to waste, and I won't throw it.
That's right.
Hams is one of the better of the cheaper beers. However, at the one party at your house, we were drinking all the really good shit.
Wait, you got invited to a party at his house?
Christmas party.
I live
That
down
was a
the
white
street.
elephant.
Yeah.
I didn't get invited.
Well, you can come to the
you
next
were.
one.
Thanks.
Anyway,
I feel special now.
I mean, you would. You'd
I
probably
just
enjoy
ruined
it.
the group dynamic with it.
Anyways, go ahead.
I'm trying to fucking admit to having a problem, and I just fucked it all up. So
we already know.
A drinking problem.
No, we don't have that.
I won't dump the good shit, and I drank the bad one of the tiramisu from the last few episodes, whatever it was.
Oh yeah, the tiramisu stuff from Ellison.
The good shit we were drinking at your house and everything. And I had to have a hams at one point to cleanse the palate and start to sober up. We were drinking so much good stuff, I had to dump half of the hams.
Good. You're learning.
I know, but I felt bad.
Well, it's we tend to have like at least 2 bottle shares a year at my house, and like it's come to if a beer's not good or we don't enjoy it, well, we're not going to waste our alcohol consumption on something not good.
Oh, I will.
So we'll dump it because when you're sampling like 40 or 50 beers in a night. I
appreciate the efforts of the brewer and the challenges they went through to make that.
Most of the times we dump a beer at something like a KBS or something, I don't give a shit about the efforts of the brewer. Like it's a macro brewery at this point. Like they don't care. They're there for a job. Like if it was Darrell's beer, it'd be different. Like the artisan who made it. But if it's Founders, like I don't know.
You're just saying that because he's 3 feet away from you.
But there's a point where you learn that if you don't like the beer, don't drink it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to zigzag everything. If you didn't finish your drink, I would drink that. You didn't finish, I'd do that one.
I'm the garbage.
But there's a point to where you come to, it's just,
what
it's
the
not
hell
worth it
did you
anymore.
drop? You were in the bathroom.
Especially when you go to beer festivals. Like that's where I really started to hone in because like there's 1,000 beers, or at GABF there's 5,000 beers, and if you go up and get a sample, you get unlimited samples. If I take a tiny sip and I'm like, I hate this, maybe I'll take a second one just to see if I was wrong, but like I dump it out.
But normally I don't hate something true to style. It's when they start going too crazy or off the wall.
Oh yeah,
I'm not a fan of it.
But like when you've got 5,000 options, like why are you going to drink anything that's less than a 10 out of 10? Just say, oh, that can be good. It can be a 9 out of 10 beer. But if you know that you've got 4,999 other beers to try, I'm not going to drink that 2-ounce sample and start ruining start getting drunk and then ruining the experience. Like I'm going to dump it out and go try the next thing. Like if I wanted to get drunk, I'd just go to the fucking brewery and drink.
I never ever dumped any alcohol until I opened a brewery.
And now it's part of the business.
Now if I make something that's not good, it's done.
Call me. I can help you fix that.
Yeah, I used to have a specific tap I've mentioned before. We called it Tyler Brow. Like whenever I had a keg I wanted to get rid of or a keg maybe I didn't like my buddy Tyler was much less discerning, and he knew that one tap on the end was his. So if he came over, he didn't have to ask. He could just get a glass and drink as much out of that last tap.
It didn't matter.
Well, at the time I was brewing every week.
If he can't step up to the plate, I will gladly volunteer.
Now I only have 3 taps. Back then I had 7. So
oh damn,
you do know what to do with bad beer, right? Or bad liquor, or bad anything.
Distill it.
No, what you do is you make sure you go to your friend's house and you bring it with you, and then
bring
you
the whole keg.
Leave it.
Conveniently
you just
forget it.
Accidentally forget it because you got too drunk.
But then I have to
else.
leave my keg there and my CO2 tank and my regular. I mean, I've got a travel set, so I can.
Normally with the bad beer though, you hide it when guests first show up. So most parties I've gone to where they're homebrewers, they'll bring out the good stuff first, let everyone start getting drunk. Oh, I got another one for you. Then they'll bring out the shitty beer, and everyone's so drunk, no one noticed. No one cares.
I just wrote with a dry erase marker on top of my kegerator. Like I had the nitro tap, and with the night, like I had the kegerator would hold 10 kegs. So I had 7 taps.
Like 9 taps.
So I'd
Did that
have
F-250 just try to race that motorcycle?
Yeah, sorry, we got distracted.
It's one block. I don't think they can. The nitro tap, I had a backup keg, and then the 6 CO2 taps, I had 2 backup kegs. So that one tap was always known as Tyler Brow. Like, so if anyone who came over, they knew Tyler Brow was beer. Either A, I wanted to get rid of, it could be good beer, or B, a beer I wasn't super satisfied with. So if you want good beer guaranteed, you just drink one of the other 6 taps. Like it's just that easy, But I miss my nitro tap.
Hey, look, a squirrel.
My beer tower won't accommodate my nitro tap, and I don't have enough room in my kegerator for my nitro cylinder and my CO2
got a drill.
cylinder.
We can do another one.
So
I'm not drilling a hole in my $1,500 kegerator.
So see, 7 beers you had on tap. Now you said you have normally 3. Are you brewing again?
Yes, specifically to bring some
I know,
here.
I'm just curious what it is.
What are we brewing this time?
I've got
I'm in.
3 recipes that I'll be working on. I've got for beer, I have a Belgian pale wheat, done with thank you.
Oh, really?
With Cascades for bittering, Mosaic hops for flavor and aroma.
Marshmallow, good call.
And then I've got the
That's the nutty?
forbidden black
Turn
rice.
their mics off.
I wish I could. The forbidden black rice.
I can.
God damn it, Johnny.
Goodbye.
Hello? Oh.
Anyways,
I'll wait till he turns my mic back. There we go.
Yeah.
So
We're muted right now.
the
We're totally muted. So I gotta talk loud. We can say whatever we want, and they're gonna barely.
they're so stupid.
son of a bitch.
Damn alcohol.
So the other. God damn it, Johnny. The other recipe is a forbidden black rice lager, which is a black lager. We've talked about the recipe.
But a rice lager still.
Yes, with a absolutely ridiculous amount of black patent malt.
Little more Japanese style on that one.
Maybe. Did the Japanese do a lot of dark lagers?
Rice.
Oh, God. You know, like 80% of the world basically survives off rice, right? It's not just the Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, it's
This isn't being recorded.
the Chinese, the Indian.
Oh, they're
like,
gonna hear
know,
you.
The
You guys are
Americans.
dumb.
The listeners will hear us through their mics, but it's gonna be so muted, it's not even.
It's going to sound terrible. Turn your mics back on and let's get back to podcasting.
Hey, we're back!
Yay!
We're back!
Let's just forget for a minute that Darrell and I were trying to talk about beer, the whole fucking
We were
purpose
trying
of this
to
podcast.
really do something in the podcast.
Yeah.
Important.
All right,
But
let's,
then the-
let's
All right,
focus, let's buckle
Yeah.
down, and you guys talk about whatever you're talking about.
Back to fuckery.
So the
Focus the
third
fuckery.
recipe is going to be a.
Why did we both look at him?
A mix. It's going to be a mixed berry mead. It'll be mostly cherry, but it'll also have goji berry and blueberry and.
I'm out.
So,
I'm sorry.
what do you do
what's
for
goji berry?
the fruit?
So I've got freeze-dried fruit. Well, not freeze-dried. I'm sorry. It's dehydrated fruit, so it's dried fruit, and I'll boil it just to sanitize it, and then throw the honey in and bring it down to temp and throw in the yeast and ferment it right on the fruit bed.
So now with sanitizing, just kind of FYI, because you said you were going to boil it.
Yeah, I could
Gets rid
use
of some of the flavor. We've been.
Well, I'm going to
freezing-
use the water that it boils in.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, we've been freezing a lot of it and then adding the frozen fruit into the dry hop.
Really?
Stage, second fermentation stage.
I'm going to ferment right on the fruit, just as one. It's going to supplement as yeast nutrient, because just
the
honey and
minerals,
water.
get some more sugars. Yeah.
Yeah, just pitching and honey and water. Plus, I want to ferment the fruit as long as I can and get as much of the fruit flavors into the meat.
The only bad thing is when you
Usually gets
boil
tartar, though,
though.
when you ferment the fruit, though. Doesn't it get tartar usually when you ferment the
Drier.
fruit? Drier?
I
It'll be
like
a little drier.
I like dry mead. I can always back sweeten with honey if it's too dry. I'll probably end up doing half the batch that I'll back sweeten with extra honey because my wife likes sweet mead, and I like drier meads.
You said you were using cherries. Which ones are you using? The sweet cherries or like the pie cherries?
They're
for tartness?
dried Balaton cherries from Traverse City.
That would be good.
Yeah, and I was going to use them to make granola bars, but and they said they didn't have added sugar, and then when I get them and read the box, there's sugar added. So
course.
so I'm just going to ferment those sugars out. I wanted something that was like natural sugars from the fruits themselves. I wanted a little bit more like, I guess, healthy granola bar, and so I bought 4 pounds of these cherries, and I'm like, okay, well, now I'm just going to.
The only bad thing I've noticed is whenever you boil your fruit, you lose some of the flavor.
Is it going to go into the water though? Because I'm going to use that water.
Yeah, but when you
but
boil
it's
it,
still-
the flavor dissipates.
Oh yeah, because the terpenes
Evaporation.
boil
Yeah.
off. They're very volatile. So maybe I shouldn't. You thinking just straight up freeze them, or do I have to freeze dry them?
Well, you just freeze them.
No,
for
if you freeze them, it kills the bacteria on them.
yeah.
And then you're sanitized, so you can use it in the fermentation stage.
If not, you
But
have
that's
to-
where all your flavor is going to come out of. I wouldn't do it in the boil.
No.
You do
Well,
it in the
I
boil,
could-
you're going
Wash
to
with
lose
the soy
flavors.
base.
I
Unless
could just-
you want the sugars out of it.
I could bring the water up to 160 and not boil it.
Well, you don't with the
I,
fruit.
I think I'm still going to lose.
You'll
like,
still lose something,
terpene
yeah.
oils and things.
you can just wash them with soy bait, clean them.
I'm not going to risk it. I mean, I know I hate to say that honey is expensive because it's
It is
not.
expensive.
I get it myself, but
When I buy it
it
from the
is still
store, it is.
expensive. Even when I use it, because I know that I sell the honey. So for me to make mead and use what equates to me $200 worth of honey, that's only if I turn it to hot honey. I guess it's
That hot honey is so good.
I do love it.
I'm going to need some more soon.
Shit.
Okay.
Can we get a lot of it?
I've got a couple of pint jars in
So, out of everything I've had it on, your hot honey, what pepper's in it?
The regular hot honey is freeze-dried habanero.
No, the extreme.
The hell honey.
Hell
Hell
honey.
honey.
Oh, the triple X is your
honey.
favorite. Either way, the triple X and the hell honey is made with apocalypse scorpion peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On chicken, that honey is amazing.
Yeah, it tastes like fresh peppers and,
It's
and honey.
so good.
That I make pretty frequently. I've got a lot of the freeze-dried habanero, but I have
So-
a lot of the other peppers too. So
What the fuck are we talking about?
Honey.
All right.
We had to cut that part, remember? We can't talk about it.
I think this is a good time for me to get up and go pee. See you guys.
Well,
Hold on.
actually,
So we're close enough to the end. Do we just want to call it? Because I got to hit the head.
let's all go pee together. Have,
All right.
with the boys.
Are we
Have
gonna
a good
hold?
day.
Are we gonna hold hands?
That's not all we're gonna
That's not
hold.
what I'm Bye.
I need an adult.
If you didn't learn anything today, at least remember this. Beer's the answer that makes everything better.
Can't remember the question, but who cares when you have a cold one in your hand?
Remember, everybody, drink responsibly, drink high gravity.
Most importantly, drink well.
Okay, not the well. Life's too short for bad beers.
Stay frosty, my friends.